Back in the 90s, cracked the AOL code, texting turned gold, now the stories unfold. From dial-up dreams to LinkedIn kings, he taught the world how to build through strings. It's the Max method, no guessing, just growth. 4 steps deep, he's coached them both. Top earners, big burners, trainers and pros. Max lit the fire, now everyone knows. Started with a spark, now the blueprint's live. Thousands trained and they multiply. From Facebook chats to LinkedIn leads, he plants the seeds, then watches them succeed. Mentor to coach is the guide for the great. Author, speaker, shaping fate. You don't just follow Max, you duplicate. That's how legends elevate. It's the Max method, built to last. Social selling, scaling fast. Calling the father the go-to name. Max Steingart, he changed the game. It's the Max method, built to last. Social selling, scaling fast. Calling the father the go-to name. Max Steingart, he changed the game.
Hey, good evening, everybody, and welcome to our Monday night broadcast. And some of the things that we're coming up with, literally, over the years has changed the industry. And now it's changing again. Last night, we talked about it. And tonight, we're going to dive into it a little bit more. On Wednesday, again, we're going to give you information that you all can use, frankly, to build your business faster. Now, today is the 17th of August. You have 2 weeks left to build your business. 2 weeks. And some of the things that we've been teaching you, we know work. The bottom line is, are you engaged in the process? But then there are some new things. And we are in the process of, again, reformatting my bootcamp training center. And for those of you that are in bootcamp, you're going to see new things, new changes being added. 3 steps to becoming successful at anything. Get mentored by someone who has already achieved the results you want. Find out the exact steps you need to take and take immediate action. Now, a lot of you that are watching this on Facebook, a lot of you that are watching this on LinkedIn or my YouTube channel, welcome. I wish you were part of this live Zoom session where people can ask questions, but you're not. And so I'm going to step you through a process that can ultimately have you talking to people every day, because at the end of the day, that's what it's all about. How many people you talk to Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then the following week are going to determine how you close out the month. And all I can say is I wish more of you had participated in my Ask Max sessions today, because there was never a clearer example of how this process works and the importance of knowing what a person's experience in network marketing is before you talk about your business. In our session this morning, one of my students, Steve Middleton, was talking to somebody who had been looking for work. He was a recruiter. And been out of work for 4 months. And when we asked the question, what do you know about the network marketing business model? He came back. Been there, done that. Didn't have a lot of success. So this morning we came back and we asked him, what companies did you work with? And sure enough, it didn't take more than an hour. And he wrote back and told us. Organo Gold and Herbalife. That was at 10:30 this morning. Well, followed the scripts. We wanted to know what happened. And he told us. And now was the time. Steve knew that if we hadn't found out about his network marketing experience before we talked about the business and what happened, the result would not be very good. When you're talking to somebody, if you don't know what they did in network marketing before you talk about your business, you are wasting your time. Wasting your time. Now you got 14 days left until the end of the month. Now, technology changes every few years, but human relationships never change. For 31 years, I've helped people master both. In fact, I just realized that 31 years ago today, August the 17th, was the day I signed up in a network marketing company. 31 years. Human nature doesn't change. Relationships, they don't change. Trust doesn't change. And frankly, conversation doesn't change either. Before you talk about your business, you must know what their network marketing experience is. Influence doesn't change. AI simply accelerates those principles and makes it possible to scale relationships farther and faster than ever before. All right? So why should you listen to me? Because in the 90s, I broke the code. I figured it out. I used the texting feature to develop a simple formula. Network marketing has never been the same because I've started sharing this inside my company. And frankly, I was making more money training other distributors in my company how to build a business on AOL than I was making in my business. Over the years, I've trained and shared the formula with hundreds of thousands of affiliate network marketers around the world, who in turn have trained other people. The formula has literally helped transform the entire network marketing industry. It's no longer a face-to-face, belly-to-belly business. People started calling this the Max Method years ago, and they now call me the father of social networking. Started working with Dana Barish in MySpace. Every success story that you hear has a story. And before I forget, let me come over. I'm going to put in the chat some links to some of my new students that are all just getting started or on LinkedIn. And I would appreciate if you would copy these and send these people. If you have a LinkedIn profile, take the other one. Take the other one.
Yeah.
Done.
Deb,
Well, I can't help you now.
when?
When I'm done. 30 minutes. Send them a connection request. All right? Because it's going to make it easier for them. LinkedIn is clamping down. My track record of developing top earners in network marketing company is legendary in a lot of circles. Rosa Gonzalez, 1 year after we started working together, had 15,000 people in her business. I don't show you these to impress you. I show these to you to impress upon you what you can be doing. Today, the fastest growing top earners in the business teach everything to their distributors. And as a result, they see faster duplication. Everyone follows the formula. Create a page, connect with people, communicate with them, close them, and clone. Turn personal success into team-wide duplication, and you're on your way to becoming a top earner. When you follow the 5 steps to the letter, no matter what you're selling, you can connect with perfect prospects that you already know or with total strangers that you want to know. It's like learning to dance. These steps can be immediately duplicated by everyone that you bring into your business. It's like learning the cha-cha. 1, 2, cha-cha-cha, 3, 4, cha-cha-cha. Frankly, even a caveman can do this. It's not difficult. It's not what works, my friends, in network marketing. It's what duplicates. Bring somebody into your business on Monday. By Wednesday, they're talking to their friends. They're bringing some of them in. And by Friday, they're going down another level. Step 1 in boot camp, create a page. Become the kind of person that your ideal prospects want to know. We did that last Thursday. No, we did that actually last Tuesday. Last Thursday, we did connect with people. Tomorrow night, never wonder where your next qualified prospects are coming from because you can pick them out in advance. Tomorrow night, it's step 3, communicate. Stop pitching. Start creating conversations that people want to continue. And over the weekend, came up with some totally new tactics that frankly are blowing me away. And finally, on Thursday, close the sale. Turn internet interest into action without being pushy or aggressive. And then finally, we're going to teach your team how to create their own leads, conversations, and results. We have new updated tools and our daily Ask Max sessions. I'm telling you, what happened today, priceless. And everybody watched me inside Steve's account react and respond. And he's probably one more conversation away from bringing somebody into his business. Now, every week, tonight's an example, I hold free weekly live trainings for my students, for their teams, and for their prospects to learn what's new. Sunday, we did Social Selling Sunday. Tonight, I'm going to continue a couple of the tips that I shared yesterday, and we'll continue it on Wednesday. Now, there's no secret to this. Create a page and start talking to people. A good friend of mine, Renata Lundberg, was a multi-million-dollar leader and an earner in Univera when we started working together back in 2008. She was already a leader in a company called Univera, and she went to a friend, a mutual friend, asked him, who can teach me about Facebook? So I taught her. Renata, passionate about customer acquisition, get customers, turn the customers into business builders. So she had a huge percentage of customers. And the truth is that back then, you could love the products, you could be passionate about the product, but you didn't want to sell to your friends. So nobody was building the business. So what she did was she started telling people about my free trainings. Check this. We know you love the products. So if you want to learn how to build the business, get on one of Max's free sessions. He gives away more free information, better free information than you get when you buy some of these other programs. And then she called in to talk about it. Oh, think I'm going to get to it. I guess not. Anyway, for those of you that are thinking, I can't do it yet, it doesn't work yet. This is the power of yet. All of you are moving through a process. I don't know yet. It doesn't make sense yet. I don't get it yet, or I'm not good at this yet. With practice, perseverance, and persistence, nothing, absolutely nothing can stand in your way to be successful. Now, for those of you that remember the Star Trek series, Captain Kirk, Mr. Spock. Mr. Spock was a Vulcan. I was a Star Trek fan. And before I got into network marketing, I started a business on a concept that I believed in. And I felt almost like Captain Kirk because they used to start out the show. These people boldly go where no man has gone before. And I found that's what I did. I started a business in my living room, turned it into a multi-million-dollar company, started racing my sailboat. So there was a tremendous amount of synergy, relatability. Love that show. Couldn't get excited about the follow-up shows, but it's one of my favorites. Well, Spock had something called the Vulcan mind melt. And it was a fictional telepathic technique. And the way it worked was it allowed Spock to physically touch another person's face, merge their consciousness, enabling the intimate sharing of thoughts, memories, and emotions. Spock could connect with someone's mind and instantly understand what they knew and what they were thinking. However, it was one way. He couldn't transfer his thoughts, his memories, or his emotions to the other person. Now, at the beginning of the year, I had views on artificial intelligence. Could be a distraction. You need to focus on talking to people. That view hasn't changed. But there are elements of AI you can't ignore. A good friend sent a document to me about 2 months ago called the AI Business Manifesto, and I realized I wasn't using it the way I should. After reading that document with 93 pages, I've read it 3 times. It has completely changed my attitude about artificial intelligence, and all of you get the benefit. So last week, I made what I believe is going to be one of the most important additions I've ever made to my personal coaching program. I went to Chat GPT. I sent him that picture of Spock, and I said, do me a favor. Whoops. That's a gift. Show me doing the same thing. And so with the help of AI, I've created my own version of the Vulcan mind melt. And right now we're calling it the Max mind melt. But Um, mm, the name's not in stone. May call it the AI mind melt. Because the bottom line is what I'm going to be doing in boot camps and working with some of my coaching students. I'm going to show you how you can maximize AI. And but in addition to that, we've added TikTok to the mix. And over the weekend, I made a huge, huge discovery on TikTok that frankly is going to affect some of the ways I teach about LinkedIn. It all relates. It all relates. To use AI effectively, you have to train your AI, who you are, so it better understands your background, your experience, your personality, your accomplishments, your company, your products, your ideal prospects, your goals, your communication style, your strengths, and where you need help. And a lot of the people in boot camp, frankly, a number of my coaching students, it's one thing to basically fill in the blanks, but we don't feel comfortable describing, filling in these blanks. In fact, many times when I help people with their profiles, we really raise the bar. And so we're going to incorporate some of the things that I know. Why is it important? Because there's an enormous difference between simply using AI and having an AI agent that's been trained to work with you at a higher level. And that's now going to be a part of my coaching program. When you become one of my private coaching students, I'm going to personally help you set up, educate, and train your AI so it knows what I know. I'm going to start feeding my coaching students the things that they need to get their AI cranked up with. Think about it. You already know the strategies I taught you for finding prospects, building relationships, creating conversations, closing, and duplication. Now imagine combining those strategies with an AI that understands you, your business, and what I know. So don't disqualify yourself before you start, because like Napoleon Hill said, whatever the mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve. 3 examples. Al Roberts, since we started working together last week, we had, I think, 2 coaching sessions. He enrolled 3 people into his business. 1 business builder, 2 customers. The business builder brought 750 people into his organization in the first 15 days in December. He says, I'm loving this. Meeting new people every day. It's like fishing. Could not even do it. In the industry for 20 years. Never saw such numbers. Where do these come from? He'd been in network marketing before. Company he was in shut down. So he brought people with him. Same thing with, Will Zanders was different. Everybody has their own story. Social networks have been providing an endless source of free leads and network marketers for 30 years. But to be successful today, you don't have to chase your family, friends, or acquaintances. You don't have to go to meetings. You don't have to advertise. And you don't need this funnels. None of this stuff. Save your money. For years, I've been telling you that Facebook and LinkedIn are the best social networks to build your business on. Well, guess what? Now we have to add TikTok. But LinkedIn is still the best. And what I want to do is I want to help give you some tactics that you can all use to engage people, to start talking to people, because at the end of the day, that's what it's all about. It's all about having conversations. So I'm going to now we've added TikTok to the mix. And one of the things that I noticed when I basically started to re-engage was I got a prompt that urged me to connect with my connections on TikTok. And so basically you take your phone and it hooks everybody up that has a TikTok account. Now, years ago, I discouraged people from doing that when Facebook did it or LinkedIn did it because when people did it on Facebook or LinkedIn, people weren't used to it. And so they'd get this notification and they'd report it as spam. The last thing in the world you wanted was to get into trouble. But it's not like that anymore. So I pushed the button and I said, go ahead, notify all my contacts that I'm on TikTok. And I can't believe what happened. So I jump into my account. For example, I worked with Mary Louise Zeller back in 2008. At the time, she was top earner in a company called Kiani. She wanted to learn Facebook. The problem was Kiani had no social media tools, nothing that could really help her. So I taught her the principles and everything, but she was frustrated. Haven't talked to her since maybe 2010. And now we're connected on TikTok. She's more active on TikTok than she is on Facebook. She's doing nothing on LinkedIn, but she's moderately active. But she's already got 7,200 people following. I'm sorry, she's following 7,200 and she's got 5,200 people following her. And so I started to think about that. And so I'm going to tell my new students that are just getting started on LinkedIn, when you get prompted to do that, do it. Go ahead and reach out to people that you're connected to and let them know that you're on LinkedIn. Because if there's any kind of results like I'm having here, it's going to be an easy way to engage and start conversations. Now, what are you going to do between now and the end of the month? Well, let me go over to, what am I doing here? I don't need this. So, boot camp. Again, we're making a lot of changes. So I want you to come down to the tools. 10 a.m., 4 p.m. tomorrow. I'm telling you, tremendous lesson today. Now, one of your resources is the calendar. All right, today is Black Hat Day. I didn't want to do that. Black Hat Day. And you could use holidays to start conversations. Well, next Monday is National Waffle Day. National Waffle Day. And on Wednesday, you have National Dog Day. Now, these are two holidays that you could use basically to start a conversation. So you all need, come on. Can't believe I got logged out of LinkedIn. Maybe it's over here. It's double verification. Okay. Now, every day, if you go over to your network, I got 7 people that want to connect. Now, people are asking me to subscribe, and they're using the whole subscribe and follow to initiate conversations. And the truth is, it slows the process down. It's faster and easier just to connect with people, especially when you're connecting with people that you know in advance would want to talk to you. So I'm going to come over here to catch up. Because catch up is going to give you an opportunity to reconnect with people that you're already connected to. Start a conversation. Change something on your profile, and it will blast that out to everybody on LinkedIn that you're made a change. It's going to give you an opportunity. So these people here, let's go down a little bit. All right, Justin made one change to his profile. He's had 17 people like it, 6 people made comments. Easiest way to start a conversation. Go in and change the start date of something to November. I'm sorry, to August, and make it August 20th. And that's going to trigger notifications that are going to start conversations. One thing. Birthdays. God, I haven't talked to Jeunesse. I can't tell you how long it's been. But it was her birthday on the 15th. So these are all opportunities for you to start conversations. A lot of my students have 2 birthdays. I have 2 birthdays. One is my real birthday on September the 17th, and the other is April the 15th, tax day. And I get hundreds of birthday requests. Congratulations. Talk to people. Another thing that you could do, go over to your network. And then filter. Okay? Search for the people by profession that would normally be find your business appealing. So if I went up here and I typed in fitness instructor, people, first level. All right, you can scroll down here. Now this person here, if I look at the message, she's online right now, but we've never talked. And it's easy to restart conversations. Well, how long have we been connected? We've been connected since 2015. I would imagine she was building an Isagenix business because back then, Isagenix was smoking. Again, it's all about conversations. It's all about talking to people. Now, search for people that are working in the fields that are the most attracted to what you do. Nurse, first level, all these people. Now, before you reach out to these people, you have to make sure that they're active. Another great prospect, coaches. First level. All right, now I'm going to log out of my account. And I hope I can get in. I'm going to go to Steve. Okay. Come over here to the messages. Right? And I'm going specifically. Okay. So this is the guy. So he hasn't seen the message yet. All right. Let's look at who he's talking to. He's talking to somebody that's a recruiter, does full life cycle recruiting, unemployed. Been unemployed 12 years, specializing in technical recruiting to build high performing teams. And he's been out of work since March. May, June, July, almost 6 months. All right. First message, right out of the scripts book, word for word. And he writes back, pleased to meet you. Let me know how I can help. Well, that was on the 30th. The next day, Steve sends him the second message. He doesn't answer. August 4th, he sends him another message. Focus on where you want to go, not where you are. And then, why do you have the open to work frame around your picture? He's following the scripts exactly. And he comes back and says, I'm looking for a job for months. Sent out 1,000 applications. He says, I guess it's my age. Last month had been brutal. Well, sent him another gift. Moving images are powerful. Well, many of my friends on here are recruiters. Why do you think your age is preventing you? How old are you? How people write back to you is the most important part of this. You want people talking. So he's 42. I'm 43. And again, he's explaining why he thinks it's his age. And then he comes back and says, well, what about you? All right. So he says, why are you cheering up people? So we sent another image about loving what you do. Well, my passion for helping people has been responsible for my success. So what prompted you to become a recruiter? He writes back. And he goes on and on. I traveled. And then it was an adventure. The more they type, all right? But he's been looking for work for 6 months. So we sent him another message. There's always a light at the end of the tunnel. And I know what you mean about the amazing feeling you experience when you help others. It's a wonder. So it's no wonder that LinkedIn suggested that we connect. Perhaps it's time for another adventure. What do you know about the network marketing business model? Well, he doesn't answer. I'm trying to make bread. He's washing cars, selling old things like his bike. Other things he can do, cleaning places to get money because he wants to start a new career, making videos. He says, well, what do you think? I don't have any experience. This is what I want to do. Okay. Well, I'd be happy to give you feedback. I watched it once. And this is quite a jump from what you were previously doing. You know, you're going to find there are many things that you could be doing. Why do you want to do it? Well, he doesn't have any money. So he's got this idea in his head that he could make videos and make a living doing that. Look at the amount he writes. Well, last week we come back. If you can dream it, you can do it. Now that I know more about your previous experience, I understand why you want to do this. I think it's a great idea, and I sent you the motivating messages to encourage you to follow your dreams. But I think you'd agree that it's going to take time to get this going. It's going to require an additional investment in equipment and other things that you might need. Transition line. Many of the professionals that I work with on LinkedIn who have started new businesses are making extra income with a side hustle to support both themselves and their new business. That's why I asked you earlier about what you knew about network marketing. I just launched a special project to work with 2 people. Now, from now until the end of the month, you need to be using your project launch script with at least 3 or 4 people a day, but they've got to be ready. Now, so in his company, I'm about to launch a special project, work with 2 people, help them become trainers and leaders in my company, work and earn up to $65K in the next 4 months. Now, I wouldn't be talking to you about this if I didn't think with your previous experience networking with people, you would be very successful. Would you like to know the details? Well, thanks for the message. I'm more than interested in knowing. More than interested. Well, so we, again, you can't talk to them about your business until you know about their experience. So we type, you have to get to know you more about what you want here. I thought you would be too. Now, I asked you earlier what you know about the network marketing business model, but you never answered. When I use the term network marketing, I'm referring to companies like Amway, Nu Skin, Avon, Mary Kay. What experience have you had with that? And so last Friday, he comes back with, sorry, Steve, I was a little tied up with things. I don't have experience working with such products. I do not have experience working with such products. I've actually tried it, but I'm very bad at the industry that I'd never try it again. What do you think would happen? And I said to Steve, if we'd send him information about Melaleuca before we knew this is where your prospects come back and they go, thanks, it's not for me. And you never know. All right. So then today we sent this. One of the secrets of life is to make stepping stones out of stumbling blocks. And we wrote, this was this morning in our Ask Max session. There's no need to apologize to me, considering all the things you have going on in your life. I hope you still had a nice weekend. Your answer didn't surprise me because I talk to people every day that tell me the same things. And I personally relate to what you're telling me. I'm not here trying to sell you anything, but appreciate learning more about what you experienced. What company did you try working with? How long ago? And so he answered at 12:20. Thanks for your words. Herbalife and Organo Gold. All right, 4 o'clock this afternoon. Experience is what you get when you didn't get what you wanted. And here it is. For those of you that are students, you've got 5 case studies that demonstrate the exact same thing. You know, I talk to recruiters all the time that tell me the same, that had the same experience you did. But I also know a lot of recruiters who have enjoyed tremendous success in network marketing. Considering the length of time that you've been a recruiter, it didn't surprise me that you tried it. And frankly, I'm also not surprised that you didn't do well because you were using old school methods that stopped working years ago. In fact, if I had to build a network marketing business today like you were taught to do it, I wouldn't be in this business. Thanks to social networks like LinkedIn, Facebook, and TikTok. To be successful in network marketing today, you just need 3 things. 1, you need to be working with a company that has products or services you'd be passionate about, passionate to the point that you enjoy telling people about them, even if you aren't getting paid. Two, you have to be working with someone in the company that's successful, knows how to use social networks to build a business, and they must be committed to helping you succeed and build your team. And third, you must have good online tools. Keep in mind, he didn't have number two and he didn't have number three. Thanks to social networks, you don't have to chase your family, friends, and acquaintances. Neither do you have to do home parties, meetings, advertise, or buy leads. As I said, I wouldn't be doing this business if I had to do those things. And I wouldn't be talking to you about it if I wasn't confident that with your 12 years of building high-performing teams, that you'd be very successful when we work together. With your people skills, communication skills, recruiting skills, training skills, and leadership skills, you'd be very successful. Now, I understand that you've had bad experiences with network marketing, but I also understand why. And I wouldn't be talking to you about it if I wasn't confident that you'd be successful. Now, I'm not telling you all of this to sell you on the network marketing business model. But whenever I talk to someone that feels it's the same way you do about the business, I know that I have better information than they do. And whether they choose to work with me in my company or find one with products they can be passionate about, I feel like I've done my good deed for today. So when you told me that you're washing cars, selling your bike, and cleaning places to make enough money to get your video business started, I genuinely felt your pain. Now, I'm not suggesting that you give up on your dream of starting a video business, but it's going to take time, a lot of work, and a significant investment to get it going. And while you're doing that, you could also be generating a growing stream of income so that you can support yourself. And we have a system and online tools that can help you build the business virtually on LinkedIn and Facebook in an hour to a day to finally experience the success that initially attracted you to the network marketing business model in the first place. Perhaps this is the time in your life to put aside helping other companies grow by recruiting people for them and start using your skills to build your own team by helping others build teams. Would you like to know more? Now, he hasn't seen it yet, but the guy is busy. We know by tomorrow he will have an answer. Now, you can have 2 or 3 conversations like this every day. Every day. And if you're not having conversations like this, then you are really, really missing the boat. Now, I'm going to pop out of Steve's account. I'm going to try to get back into my own quickly, and I want to show you a couple more things. Okay. Now, again, posting is going to be the most important part of what you do. All right. So I'm going to come down here and let me look at some folks. Let me look at Alfie. Okay. So Alfie, it looks like you're just getting started. Let me unmute you. Because if you know, here is the thing. If you know who, and I'm going to come over here to ChatGPT. All right. So I was working with one of my students earlier today, who's a teacher. So you reach out to chat, say, please help me come up with content that we can create to post that we want to send to teachers. We're looking to establish relationships with teachers, so we want to post things that a teacher would appreciate themselves. But more important than that, we want to post content that a teacher could relate to the extent that they would want to take your post and share it with other teachers and with other people that they know. Not necessarily teachers would like to share with their students. It's what teachers or educators would like to share, right? So now it comes back and it gives me 30 quotes. Looks like Alfie got shy and jumped off. All right, so let's come back and let's take a look at Alfie. Well, you got a headline, you got a picture, you have well, clearly it's not up to date. Okay, now look at the picture. I actually want to do it with somebody that's here. So let me scroll down a little bit. All right, well, let's see. Let's look at Michael. All right, Michael, let me unmute Michael.
Hi, Max.
Michael, how are you?
I'm doing good.
So you're in the Bahamas,
Yes.
New Providence. God, I love it down there. That water.
Yes, it's beautiful down here.
Okay. All right. So you are a financial, how would you describe what you do?
My, hmm, I'm in IT. I'm also involved in ministry in the church at the conference level, and I'm also involved in network marketing. As a matter of fact, I just joined a new company about 5 weeks ago, and I have not put that information on my LinkedIn as yet.
You don't want to do it.
Yes, I do. I'm excited about the company, but Max, to be honest with you, I've not been on LinkedIn like I should, and I've done some of your sessions before, and I just have not done it. So I'm with a company called Be Epic Origin, and I'm excited about their products, and I know I need to put that information up.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's the name of the company?
Be Epic.
Okay. Number one, you're not the only person.
Mm-hmm.
Don't make that mistake, Michael.
Okay.
You, you're not the only person in that company that's on
Right.
LinkedIn or Facebook pushing
Okay.
that company and the products.
Yeah.
You want to be promoting yourself. The
Okay.
fact that what you do is
Mm-hmm.
help people.
Right.
So you reach out to people that are looking for the opportunity.
Okay.
And you'll end up having 10 in fact, let me do this. Let me come over here to the messages
Okay.
and I'll give you a class group. Now, Sam is in Australia. All right. He was a financial planner. Now, Sam closes 9 out of 10 people he talks to.
Wow.
Okay. How does he do that? He follows my scripts.
Okay.
He pays there's nothing on his profile about what he does from the standpoint of a network marketing.
Right.
Network. So we started working together back, I think it was 2023. Okay, so he sends me this. Been a crazy 2 weeks since our last coaching session. We had 2. I sponsored 12 people, and I've been busy onboarding the new team. I've been on Zooms 5 to 6 hours a day. He follows the scripts, and as the conversations move along, as long as the person continues to be a prospect, he's qualifying them, he's learning about them, he's learning what's going on, just like we saw Steve qualifying that recruiter. And if they get the wrong answer, he stops talking to them, and God knows he's got other people to talk to. So I
Right.
had to point out to him, I said, listen, if you're bringing in, 12 people in 14 days, you don't want to recruit them. You don't want to train them individually. You want to train them as a group.
Yes. Yes.
And that's going to make raises everybody's belief level. Right? So I don't hear from him for about a month and a half. And then he comes back. Hard to believe I'm writing this. Thanks to your coaching, I've added 21 team members in the last 3 weeks. That's 1 a day. And I told him, I said, 1 a day. Set a reasonable goal. Said, your way of coaching gave me the reassurance to go from where I was for a few months, stuck, not going forward, getting rejection after rejection, to signing up 90% of the people. All right. This is easier than you can believe. It's a matter of putting yourself out there. You want to become the person that you want to do business with wants to talk to.
Yes.
You want to be the person. For example, you said you were a pastor?
Yes. I'm in a pastoral role. Yes.
Okay. Now, so what are some of the other things that, well, one of the easiest groups of people to work with are coaches.
Okay.
Okay. And so, but you could come up here and you could look for pastors.
Mm.
Okay.
Okay.
Now you go to pastor, and I'm going to go over to Sales Navigator. Now, there are 600,000 pastors on LinkedIn. Do you think you could find 60 that
Oh
would
yeah. Yes.
in what you're doing? But
Yes.
LinkedIn makes it easier. Let's come back here and let's say, show me all the pastors who are looking for an opportunity.
Okay.
Go back over to Sales Navigator. You got 5,000. 5,000. We can come down here and we can say, you know what? That's in North America.
Okay.
Right now, well, you're in the Bahamas.
Yes.
All right. So let's just out of curiosity, let's see how many pastors in the Bahamas. There's one that's looking for an opportunity.
Oh, okay.
You don't have to travel very far. But let's come back and let's say, you know what? Show me in North America, you got 4,500. Now, you come down a little further, that's 577 posted in the last 2 months. All right. So these are 577, the most active. Then you can
Yes.
turn around. Now, see, when a pastor looks at your profile, the last thing you want to do is come across like you're selling,
Okay.
okay?
Yes.
Because here's what happens. They look at you and they go, "Oh my God, not another one of those pyramid pushers that are
Hmm.
trying to sell me the product." And it'll kill you. Let me
Okay.
come back. Let's come back over here and let's go back to your profile. Whoops. So you got looking for opportunities, pastors. You do the same thing. You say, you know what? Show me all of the teachers that are looking for an opportunity. You go over to LinkedIn. You got 390,000 teachers that are looking for an opportunity out of, let's see how big the universe is. How many teachers are on LinkedIn? 390,000. Looking, 31 million.
Wow. Wow.
Okay. So the key is to be the person that these teachers would like to talk to. Now, the beautiful thing is you don't necessarily have to be talking to teachers that are looking for an opportunity, because a lot of the teachers that are on there, and even the teachers that are looking for an opportunity, have tried network marketing before.
Right.
Just like the example that I gave earlier with the recruiter. So you make the connection. After that, you just learn. There's several easy questions to ask. The question, so what prompted you to become a teacher? What do you like about teaching? What don't you like?
Mhm.
So again, there are keywords here that you want to use. Let's see how long we've been connected. Okay. Now, one thing one thing you could do, see where his birthday is March 9th. Well, you're not connected to that many people. But if the rest of you would change your birthday to November the 20th or the 21st,
Mm.
then everybody that sees it's going to wish you a happy birthday.
Okay. Okay.
That starts the conversation.
Mm.
So let's see. Yeah, you wish me a happy birthday. Um, okay, so it's all about posting. It's all about communication. I'm going to send you here. See, what's the best way to do that? Downloads. This is probably one of my favorites. It's a chiropractor talking to another chiropractor. And there's a phenomenon, they're all the same,
Okay.
all the same. It comes down to learning about the other person.
Right.
We've got a, I just sent out, we just updated, if we come over here and look, www.maxsteingart.com/, I think it's combo. So we've just released our new Endless Free Leads digital training course. And we put it together as a special promotion. It's really a 5-step formula. Needs to change that. And so you have the scripts and you get a seat in boot camp. All right. And what you can do, let me find it. I sent out an email today. So tomorrow's our 3rd session of boot camp. So what we're doing is anybody that registers today forward, we're going to give you a seat in the August boot camp, but we're also going to give you a seat in the September boot camp that starts on September the 6th. But what you can do is use the promo code best deal. Okay? And
Okay.
you apply and you get both of them for $79. All
Wow. Wow. Wow.
right.
Okay.
And that's the whole thing. Now, for those of you for the students that are watching this that haven't registered yet for the August boot camp, this is a better deal. Okay, you get the digital course plus you get literally what amounts to 2 boot camps for the price of 1. You could jump right into the August boot camp. And what we're doing in boot camp is we're going to show you how to use TikTok. And I'm telling you, I am more excited about TikTok than I could ever imagine. I always thought it was for kids. What I never liked about it was you don't have very much information about them. But the truth is you have enough. In fact, it's a little bit more than what you had on AOL. So, jump in there and let me pop this back over here.
Yeah, I've been staying away from TikTok, man. You're opening my eyes.
I tell you what, I would is the Bahamas in the same time zone as Florida?
Yes.
Okay, tell you what, what's your schedule like tomorrow? You got some time to talk?
Tomorrow, like about 11 a.m. my time, well, our time, really.
11 at a time?
Yeah.
11, tomorrow's Tuesday. 11's crazy. I could
Okay.
do it at 12.
12? Okay, that sounds good.
Okay, so how do the easiest way to are we connected on Facebook?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
Let me see if I can find you on Facebook. Because this way we're, Matt DeMayo is a good friend of mine. Changing your picture on Facebook. He's already had 25 people that liked it, 70 people made comments.
Mm,
Changing your picture starts conversations.
okay, okay.
Change your picture on Facebook and boom. Oh, here you go. Okay, so actually, I like this picture better without the glitz for
Okay.
link
Right.
and what you currently have. But
Mhm.
there's some interesting things, and it doesn't matter how old it is. Okay.
Okay.
So I'll reach out to you tomorrow at 12 o'clock, and what I'll do is I'll share with you some tips that will get you. I mean, literally, changing your picture is one thing, starts conversation.
Right.
Making a post starts conversation, and when you use posts, you want to connect with people that share your values, share your interests, but more than that, more than anything, they have the wherewithal to be successful
Right.
to get in your business. And
Okay.
as soon as you realize that they don't, you stop talking to them and talk to somebody else.
Right. Right.
We'll go over all of that tomorrow. And again, remember, tomorrow night, third session of boot camp at 9 o'clock. Michael, it's nice to catch up to you again. Glad you're back.
All right. Thank you, Max. See you
Well,
at 12 tomorrow.
talk to you. The rest
All
of
right.